Welcome back to Unfiltered Humanity, episode 6, and today we're discussing something that hits almost all of us at some point, the quiet, constant pressure to have it all together.
You know the feeling. I know the feeling. We all know the feeling. Everyone has a plan, a timeline, a clear sense of direction, and you're just trying to keep up the appearance that you have it all together. Social media doesn't help, neither do expectations from family, culture, or even ourselves. Somewhere along the way, figuring it out turned into you should already have it figured out.
But what does having it all together even mean? And who decided that was our goal? Today, we're joined by Vic, and we're going to get honest about that pressure. The weight of expectations, juggling a full-time career, having kids, and family priorities. The fear of falling behind, and the reality that most people are a lot less put together than they seem. This isn't about pretending less, it's about understanding more. Let's get into it.
All right, Big Vic. Welcome. Glad you're here today.
We're excited.
Let's start by you giving us a brief intro of who you are. Who is Vic? Give us a little bit of background on Vic.
Vic is a simple man.
I kind of feel like everybody thinks they're a little bit simple. Not me. I'm needy as fuck,
I'm like,
just so you know.
I know the fuck I am.
That's a superpower. Who's Vic? Damn, I don't know. Vic is someone that is a father, a husband, a son, a person navigating through this world, trying to make it better. Yeah.
Traveling through the chaos.
Traveling through the chaos, yeah.
Feel it.
Dealing with life and all that it has, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where do you think that pressure comes from most in your life? Like internal expectations or external expectations?
I think it starts with external, right? Like, there's so much. We look at Instagram, we look at TikTok, we look at the outside world, telling you how you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act, what looks cool, what doesn't. So then you kind of get lost in translation and you lose who you are, and you don't hear your own thoughts. You don't have a perception of who you are because you're lost in
social media.
Else. Yeah.
I fucking hate social media.
And what they tell you it's supposed to look like and what it's supposed to
I
be.
want to know who decided. Who makes those decisions on social media?
You can do it. Start a trend.
I'm not a trendsetter,
Make
bro.
it cool, right? Like,
Yes, I agree with you in the sense of like everybody is always like, oh, look at what I seen. I want to do this or I want to be able to do that, right? Like it's everything.
and they push it, push it, and then you feel like, oh, I want that too. Like maybe that's what everybody wants, or that's what I should be wanting, right? Even so much to say like marriage or family or like a typical lifestyle. I feel like even those things are pushed to be like, this is what your life should look like. Your life isn't together or perfect if
you don't have the house with the white picket fence.
Yeah.
I fucking hate picket fences.
And now, right? Like we get stuck in, I'm 35, I don't have it together.
You should have it all together already.
What am I doing, right?
Yeah.
So it gets very difficult, especially when you're trying to figure out what the next step is. And then now you got kids.
Oh, yes.
And now I didn't really understand time until I had my son.
That's usually the way that it works.
I thought I had all the time in the world. He's 5 now, and I'm like, where'd the time go, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going to happen if tomorrow X? So it gets very hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How do you kind of like follow your internal, how do you like battle that and follow your internal like self, listen to yourself through all of that?
I think with time, you kind of have to be real with yourself, go through a journey to find yourself. Unfiltered humanity. So
here we are.
there was a point in time where I had to hit rock bottom, and what that looked like to me was I was in an accident, right? So I started taking painkillers.
Okay.
Painkillers kind of took over what I would
your whole
do,
world.
Flipped it upside down. Kicking them, right, was a huge milestone, but a huge journey. Cold turkey, right? So you're not having any type of help. The only person that was there rocking with me was my wife. We weren't married at the time. So she saw the good, the bad, the ugly.
She's been through it all.
She's been through it all. So she's seen me at my lowest. But in that process, I was able to cancel out the white noise.
Right.
I was able to say, you know what? Who cares what they think? Who cares what we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to act like?
Right.
And in those moments is when you kind of start hearing yourself. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it took about a month to become comfortable to listen to my own voice.
And like follow your intuition.
100%.
Yeah.
But like when you go through that type of stuff, it's just you. You know what I mean? Like she was there, but like.
But you're dealing with things internally. And she's not internal. Like, yes, she's physically there to like, she's providing you with support and like, I'm your rock right now. I'm going to do whatever I can to support you. But like, also she's not internally you. You know what I mean?
She's not there all the time, right? So like, and your voice is our voice, right, is like the worst. I feel like we're our worst critic. We say all the hurtful things, because you know what's like your soft spot. Like you're telling yourself the craziest things, and to be able to get through that, I feel like it's amazing, right? Some people never make it through that.
Right.
Yeah. Once you get through it though, you're able to kind of break and make sure that or kind of see through the BS, right? The smoke and mirrors disappear, and you're just like, I don't have it all together, but it's still good. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's still good. And I also feel like having it all together, and you guys can't see me, but I'm doing quotation marks here because like having it all together looks different for everybody, right? Like everybody hits different stages of their journey in life. And like, if you would have asked me in my 20s, I would have been like, yes, I have my shit together. Knowing damn well now, hell no, you didn't have your shit together. Like, who are you?
Sometimes I still don't have it together.
Right,
today.
I'm 40, and sometimes I'm like, I'm a fucking mess today. Yeah. But, again, so like everybody's different perception of what having it all together, it looks different for everybody. But yeah, I mean, life is a journey.
It is.
Life is a journey in all of its chaos. All right.
Have you ever felt like you were performing stability rather than actually feeling it?
I think you could get lost in autopilot to where it is a performance, but self-awareness has to kick in, and you have to be able to, we all say we're working on things, but we have to be aware that those are actually steps that one has to take.
You have to consciously do those things.
100%.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I sit back and I said, okay, what did it look like today? Where did I miss? Where did I fail? And then grab a hold of the reins again rather than staying on autopilot. So, yes, I do go performance-wise, but I have to be real with myself and know that or be aware that I'm doing that so I can go back and actually act on it rather than just autopilot.
I feel like Vic is somebody who does a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
Constantly. But it's a good thing because not everybody has those capabilities to self-reflect and then take accountability for themselves, right? And like the things that they did. Because sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow when you've like had days where they're rough fucking days. And it's like, I could have did better. Yeah. Hey, sorry about that.
Well, I feel like you go through self-reflection in different stages, right?
Yeah.
Like, younger version of me, I will self-reflect and be like, nope, still that person. Still not me.
For me, it was like apologizing.
Oh, I still hate apologizing.
I would not fucking apologize. I would know that I was dead ass wrong and I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, fuck you and your apology.
I went through the battles
you
with
don't
an
fucking
apology,
deserve it.
Like, but not now.
Not now, no. But like, I can remember like knowing in my mind, like, bitch, you are wrong. Yeah. And I'm out here like,
I'm quick to apologize. Well, quicker now, to apologize these days.
Now that I'm more of an adult and I've taken self-accountability and self-reflection and like, now I'm like, hey, look, I probably shouldn't have said that. How I said it. My choice of words weren't the best, right? Like I
still meant it though.
I did, just not in that way. Like, sorry, kind of. No, I can apologize. It's a lot easier for me to apologize for things these days. Definitely not when I was younger, for sure not.
And I feel like I've learned that in order to maintain relationships, whatever that looks like,
yeah,
I have to be able to apologize because I'm probably gonna say some things or do some things. I'm gonna catch an attitude like I'm gonna be.
Yeah,
I know who I am.
What role do you think? I shouldn't have said that. I take that back. let's remove that whole sentence. What role does comparison, especially through social media, play in life pressure?
I think it plays a huge role if you're not self-aware. Like, personally, me, I want to say maybe in high school, that's where it was playing the biggest part. Because it's like, okay, how do I fit in? This is what I got the Fat Farm shoes. Before that, it was the K-Swiss.
He just age-checked all of us right now.
I'm like, I love K-Swiss.
I still have
Where
a
can I
pair.
find
I still have a pair.
the all-white K-Swiss? Oh my
Those
gosh.
are the ones right
I
there.
could rock them right now.
Or the Fat Farms with the P backwards.
Yep.
Right?
The thick-ass laces.
Yeah, it's all chunky.
But yeah, so you're trying to find your identity, right? And then now adulthood hits you, life happens, you fast forward 20 years, and it's like, okay, we're here now. I'm okay with not meeting the status quo.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't have to fit in just to be liked, because at the end of the day, I give two fucks what you think of me. You know what I mean? As long as I'm good, my family's good, like, but that all takes time to actually get to that point.
Oh, for sure.
I agree. What's something in your life that looked together on the outside but wasn't behind the scenes?
I'll say my we'll go back to the pill situation. It was something where it's like, ouch, I'm in pain. Somebody passed me that. And it's like, okay, well, you've been in pain for 2 years? Like, when does it get better?
Right.
And it's like, no, I'm hurting. Come here. So people don't, at the end of the day, nobody cares, right? So it's like, you can smile, you can say I'm good, and that's what people take, right? Face value.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Vic is cool. I checked up on him yesterday, or we was kicking it yesterday. So in front of everybody, it's like you play this role, you have this facade, then go back and you're just by yourself trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. So I want to say at that point in time, that's where I should have won a Grammy for how good I was acting. But then again, self-awareness, and I'm going to continue to say that. It's June, men's mental health is very important. So being aware and allowing yourself to grow, allowing yourself to hold yourself accountable is going to be big.
Key. Definitely key.
Yeah.
Can the pressure to have it all together ever be helpful, or do you think it's mostly harmful?
I think it depends on how you look at it. If you are doing it for others, or if you're doing it for a pat on the back, or if you're doing it for recognition, then you're doing something in return of gratification. Now, if you're just doing it just because it's you and that's who you are,
Yeah.
then it's always going to be beneficial for you. It just depends why you're doing what it is that you're doing.
I can agree with that.
Okay. Fucking okay. I hate when I do that shit. Okay.
That's her word.
What's the difference between being private and pretending that everything's okay?
Being private and pretending everything's okay.
Like being private about what you really have going on and just kind of keeping things to yourself, and versus the facade.
I would have to say they would go hand in hand. Like, keeping it private means you don't want to show or share with anybody what you're going through, right? Keeping a facade, same thing. You're smiling. You're saying, hey, I'm good. How are you doing? Oh, I'm great. And then going back home and hating life, right? So I would have to say they're both one and the same. Yeah.
I think that you could be private, but at home you're dealing with it, right? At home you're taking that accountability. At home you're able to like work through it, but not living in the facade. For me, that's how I see it.
How do you personally deal with moments when you feel like you're falling behind?
I go back to So when we talk about growth and development, definitely a huge advocate for that. But when we talk about growth and development, I had to look at myself in the mirror. that's a.
He just pulled the invisible mirror in front of his face, y'all.
Yeah, I had to be real with myself and see what I didn't like. Right, like look at yourself and say, you ain't shit, right?
Right.
And that's hard because multiple days where I'm looking at myself in the mirror and not saying anything, knowing that I have a lot to say. Mm-hmm. So finally having the courage a month later to say, okay, this is what issues you're having, and being real with them, and then allowing people to being open with the people that you love, right? My wife is one of them. She's seen the good, the bad, the ugly. We've had conversations that a lot of people don't have that they're meant for healing, right?
Right.
Like you have to be able to heal internally all the baggage that you have from back in the day.
You gotta pick it all apart.
Yeah, like...
And that's messy.
Your significant other's dealing with the hurt version of you if you still haven't healed from that, right?
Yes.
So how are you supposed to be okay and flourish in a new relationship when you're still traumatized?
Dealing with
still carrying that baggage.
underlying turmoil.
100%.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to even, like, it's all layers, right? You talk about peeling layers. It's like, okay, you sharing something with your significant other is 5% healing, but yet you still haven't let go of that, all right? So it's just layers upon layers that I had to go ahead and peel back. And by doing so, slowly you start being grounded in what's truth. That's the best way.
I agree.
I'm about a squirrel. I'll let you say what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that. Now I want to hear what you gotta say. I feel like when you're healing, you think you're good, and then you're like, let me go back and do that again. Yeah, brings you right back, and you're like, I thought I was done with this. You're not.
Yeah.
And some things you have to go back to over and over, and they're still like triggering to you, right? But all of that goes with self-awareness and that reflection and continuing to even be open and willing
to work on things.
that. Yeah.
Yes. My squirrel comment was going to be, from a man's perspective, is it easy for men to just let shit go?
Generally, yeah, just because we don't care. But
is that real?
Yeah.
Like, it's a real thing. Like, men just don't give a fuck about certain shit. Because I know from a female's perspective, I can hold a fucking grudge.
I think I let things go.
I do too, but
And
also
then
I know I don't. I'm like, yeah, I'm letting it go. But then also it's like in there just stewing. You know
And
what
then
I mean?
at the perfect moment, I'm like, oh, that thing. Right back at you.
But now, still?
Yes. Even still now, yes. Now, granted, because of how self-aware I am these days, I also will tell myself in here quietly to myself, you said you were going to let that go. Don't you dare fucking throw that out there right now. Right? Like, so like, I'll check myself. But 15 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, I let it go. And then, you know, we're arguing and now I'm like, remember ABC, XYZ? I'm like, you let it go. No, I did. And I just told you that I did. You know?
Yeah.
It's easier for me. Like, I can hold a grudge, but I can also get past things. But, like, I'm very firm believer in, like, forgive but never forget. I don't forget shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But when it comes up, it's that opportunity to say, for me, it's the opportunity to say, like, even if I don't bring it up and I'm not, like, mad about it to you or the person or whatever, it still brings up, like, oh, it's still there. Like, you know, you're healing, but it's still there. It gives you that space to say, like, okay, I'm gonna let it go again. I'm gonna try again. Like,
well, my thing is like,
why does it still bother me?
I'm gonna let it go, but not until I talk about it so much that I know that it's no longer an issue for me.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah,
maybe.
to me.
Yeah, like, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk about it to you.
Oh, you're
You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily gonna bring it up to
whoever the
to
person
rehash
is.
it with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm probably gonna talk about it to you, and sometimes I call her and I'm like, hey, I just gotta say this so I can let it go. Just let me. She's like, go
and I'm
for
like,
it.
okay, go for it. Here I am.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. All right, let's scroll back.
Okay.
How much of having it together is tied to age or timelines, like in your mind?
I don't necessarily think it's age. It's just life, right? There's some people that have gone through some shit to where it forces you
Right.
to have to think differently.
Everybody's journey is different.
100%.
Yeah.
So I think everybody's process takes them, or everyone's journey, to your point, takes them to where they have to be at a certain time. And if you're older when that happens, then kudos. If you're younger, then you're 5 steps ahead of the rest.
Right.
But,
Seriously.
Be grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Do you think vulnerability is more accepted now, or do you think it's still risky in some spaces, especially with, like, being a man?
I think it's if we look at it as part of social media, I think now it can play both ends, right? You have your acceptance of, oh, okay, more power to you, you're doing it. Or you could get that hate, to your point, as a man, like, oh, they're soft, they need to step up. But the people that are your true friends or that actually care for you, I think it's always been accepted, right? Like, I remember having friends that would tell me things back in the day, and I'm just like, I still love you. Like, we good, right? And it's just like some people had to get it off their chest, and they didn't know who to get it to. So the ones that have the courage to do so, it's an amazing thing. Because the ones that don't is where you start getting into problems, right?
Right, because they're bottling shit.
Yeah, and then it could turn into suicide. It could turn
Right.
into all this crazy stuff just because you're not wanting to speak on it because you feel like you can't.
Right.
Right, and I think it's special when you have that opportunity where people feel comfortable to open up to you about things that you know they wouldn't usually open up about, right? To be able to, like, share that space or give somebody the space to feel safe.
Enough to
share those
be
things.
vulnerable. Yeah.
To be vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know I'm probably, to a lot of people, I probably don't look like a very safe space. Most of the time they're like, she looks mean as fuck. But, like, people who genuinely know me and know who I am know that I have a really big heart. And, like, people you can call me at the fucking drop of a dime and I'm going to answer and be like, you good? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Let's talk about it. Do I need to fuck somebody up or what?
Come pick me up.
Yeah, do we need to ride at dawn or no? It's not that kind of party? Oh, okay. So you want to vent? Let's go. Let's hear. What you got for me? Right? Like, sometimes people just need a listening ear. And that goes for women and men, both. Like, and I just think that, I feel like women tend to be in the space with their friends more where they can be vulnerable. And some men feel like they aren't allowed to be vulnerable. Or
Oh,
like
yeah, for
they were
sure.
raised to men don't cry, boys don't cry, right? Like, don't act like a crybaby, like that type of shit, right?
A whole nother internal battle.
Yeah, like, exactly. So I think it's harder for some men to, like, tap into that vulnerability, even when they are with, you know, people that they're close to, their friends and their family, just because they don't know what the reaction is going to be from whoever it is that they're talking to, right? So I can only imagine.
Yeah, I had to check myself. One time I'm talking to my son and he's wilding. He's 5, right? So he's wilding.
He's 5. He doesn't even know how to wild yet.
He's crying for no reason. And, like, default setting, I'm like, yo, why are you crying? Don't be crying. You're a boy. You're not supposed to cry.
Yeah, see?
And then, like,
You self-reflected later.
my wife's like, huh? And I was like, oh, shit.
No, just kidding.
No, it's good. Come here, Papa. Come here. I love
Right?
you. And then it just had me thinking. I started reflecting. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I went through this time where like I'm forcing myself to heal. Mm-hmm. And then my mom checked me one time. I'm scrolling a little bit because I'm asking her questions of her childhood because I'm trying to heal.
Okay. But you're bringing up shit for
she
her.
wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
And then she like, not physically, but she smacks me like, yo, don't try to heal at other people's expense. And I'm like, oh, damn. Like, those are bars.
Yeah.
And my bad, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't care, so I went straight to my dad. And
I love it.
I'm
He's like,
yo.
okay, exit stage left. We're going to try this one instead.
And I'm like, hey, yo,
Maybe he's ready.
Let's talk. And yeah, we start talking. I start saying like, yo, why were you so hard on us? Why was the expectation of this, and that? So then he starts breaking down his childhood, which I already knew, right? But now we're talking about it with the purpose.
Yeah, right. Like
Not
from an understanding place, because you're trying to
100%.
gain understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm asking him, like, why? And then he started breaking down. And then he's like...
Leave it to Vic, bro.
He's like...
I love what's happening.
He's like, we're done. And I was like, yeah, I locked the car. I'm like, no.
He locked the car door,
You ain't going nowhere.
We're not done here.
Hell nah. I'm like, you good. It's all right. It's all right. Go ahead.
Right? Let it out. Let it out.
He's like, if you don't open this door. But yeah, like, we get so caught up in, like, this whole fake BS on, like, you have to act this way.
Right.
Like, you have to act that way. Like, no, there's beauty in vulnerability.
Yes.
But I'll still kick somebody's ass if I have to type
Right.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like, you have to be searching for that healing. Because if not, it gets ugly quick.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes me feel like, can you imagine the pressure of holding it together for so long, and then when it starts to like open up a little bit, like the panic and the fear to be like, nope,
shut it down.
that's a vault. I'm
Yeah.
gonna shut that down. I'm gonna just tuck it deeper because you almost saw it. Like,
Whoa. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people fear too, is like this person like seeing me at my lowest. Again, another squirrel. I went to work one time, right? And I literally got there and fucking was the hottest fucking mess ever. And my coworker looked at me and was like, go home. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I'm like, fucking mess. She was like, go home. I got this. Like, it was just one of those days. And I couldn't, to be honest, right now in this moment, I don't even know what was happening in that moment. But I know that it was a day that just probably rolled in from the night. And, like, I don't know what was going on. And then probably the fact that I had to go into work just fucking threw the icing on the cake. And I was ready to just lose my shit. And I did. Right there at work. She was like, she pointed at the exit, go. And I was like, okay, bye. Oh, man.
hearing you say that, though, makes me think about, as much as I've done work on myself and I've gone through some things, my daughter will try to, like, not that deep, but she'll try to open up, like,
Little
well,
things
you
here and
never
there.
told me about this, or I don't know about this. Like, why did it happen like this, or why did whatever. And I'm like, I'll give her a little bit, but
No, but no, I don't want to tell you everything.
And more so not because I'm not okay talking about it, but because I'm your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to look like I have it together, right? I know as a kid,
that's that pressure
I
right
thought
there.
my mom had it together.
Right.
Because she just did life, and like I was always go, and my dad too, and obviously they didn't, right? We don't have it together. They don't know everything. We just because we're adults
They're
don't
human.
got it all.
Yep.
But because I'm your mom, and I want you to like do better than me, I don't want you to see all that stuff that I've like wrapped up nice and pretty, and it's tucked
Put a
in,
little
right?
bow on it and shift it out of here.
Yeah. So I'm not ready for that. What I'm saying is, Liliana, I'm not ready for that.
She's gonna listen to this on the day that it drops and be like, "We're talking about it."
I want you guys to know I almost dropped the whole first and last name.
Stop!
It just happens.
Oh man. Have your definitions of success or stability changed over time, and if so, how?
Yeah. I mean, being young, you measure success by making money, right? Like,
I was gonna say money.
yeah. Like, I'm
Yes.
stacking, I'm good, I could do this, that, and the other. But I do a lot of I like to talk, and I like to talk to random people. And then if you get alcohol on me, I'm talking to everybody.
He's making friends with everybody.
But doing that kind of gives me different perspectives. Like, I've done that since I was young. So like I hear random people's stories, right? And it's amazing what people have gone through.
Right.
And then it's crazy what their definition of success is, right? So then it changes mine, just because at the end of the day, let me go back. When COVID hit, I had to go to the hospital, right?
Okay.
And I didn't think it was like that. Like, I would hear COVID, and I'm like...
But you didn't have to go for COVID.
I did.
Oh.
So at first, I'm just like, nah, this ain't real.
It's gonna be fine.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening. And then, smack, I have to go. And shout out to that doctor that kept the G. She's like, yeah, you might die. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo. She's like, yeah, like, it was rough.
Oh, sorry. You guys, I just drank a shitload of water as he said that, and it literally just almost went over this entire studio, bro.
I look over and she has her face covered. I'm like...
I was trying to hold it in. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow when someone lets you straighten your face and is like, you might die.
She did, and I was just like,
She
damn.
kept it all the way real.
I was just like, okay, well, what happens now?
Right.
And all of a sudden, you hear that, all of a sudden, your
It changes your
body quits on you,
Right.
right? And I'm just like, I can't breathe right now. Like, what's going on?
I think I'm dying at this very moment.
So my lady comes through, and I'm just like, yo, the doctor. She goes, nah, I mean, it's rough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're checking your vitals. They're doing this, and that. They're going to take you to a room. You're going to stay the night. And I'm like, oh, shit.
They're going to quarantine you.
My brother's hitting me up like, yo, you good?
I'm not going to make it to the morning.
I hadn't talked to him.
Me. Yeah.
I hadn't talked to him in a minute.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he's hitting me up. Yo, you good? He's keeping me going. And, like, my mind was gone. I'm just like, what if, right? Like,
Right.
what happens now, right?
Right.
So I'm tripping. Come back. I made COVID my bitch, you know what I mean? I survived it.
COVID who?
I'm good. But yeah, like, all these things on top of talking to different people, you start realizing the only thing that matters is health and happiness, peace. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Peace.
If you got all that, like,
Carry
you're
on the
good.
peace.
Yeah.
Like, you're broke, we'll share a ramen. You know what I mean? Like,
Right? We'll figure it out.
yeah, but yeah, it definitely changed my my mindset on success.
How do work culture and career expectations contribute to your pressure?
At first, I want to say it contributed a lot, because I'm competing, in a sense, with others at work, right?
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, okay, I'm supposed to play in the same field as this person? Okay, cool. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'm here.
It's whatever.
Right? Like, you do what you can, and, like, again, like, every chapter in life, right? You start off with the mentality, but then the process is the process. So you start changing your mentality, you start changing how you look at things, how you think about certain situations. So to answer your question, at first it was a lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking. Not that I stopped overthinking, because I do that all day. but definitely looked at myself in the mirror and said, okay, we're here. All you can do is what you can do. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go cook.
Right.
And it did change the pressure. There's no pressure anymore. You know what I mean? I just go up, get up, do what I got to do, get home, and enjoy my family.
And maybe just doing better than you did yesterday. Like competing against
100%.
yourself.
Yeah,
Not looking at, I mean, obviously you're still competing against everybody else, right? But not putting that pressure on yourself to
Right.
with everybody else.
Yeah.
What do you think people are actually looking for when they try to appear like put together?
I think they're just hiding. Right? Like, everything takes energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to appear that you're put together, like, how much energy is that going to take? On top of trying to add more energy to look a specific way. So I feel like certain people hide in whatever they feel like they need to hide into, right? If it's Gucci suits, that's what they're going to hide in, right? If it's playing sports, that's what they're going to hide in. If it's going out drinking, that's what they're going to hide in. But I feel like it's just about trying to blend in, and when there is a spotlight on you, you're just smiling. Yeah.
That's,
Like,
what I was screaming over here in my head.
It's acceptance. And that's that my brain literally goes when I read that question out loud, like, what do you think people are actually looking for when they try to appear put together? Ultimately, it's acceptance. They want to be accepted by their peers or the people they're around, or they want to live a specific type of lifestyle, so they try to fake it till they make it, right? That's what it comes down to, like a fake it till you make it thing. But yeah, definitely it's an acceptance thing, in my opinion.
Right, and we're all about community.
Right.
So when you can, like, pretend like you got it together and, like, you're just functioning like everybody else and you don't appear as, like, I need help or I'm not okay, right? If you could make it appear like you're fine, then you're being accepted because you're just in the group and everybody's just like, oh, like you said earlier, like, Vic's good, right?
Right.
I checked on him, Vic's good. It takes away from everybody picking you apart and making you feel like, oh, do you need help? Or giving you that attention that you don't want. You just want to be like, go through it.
Yeah.
So
that leads into another good question, is like, how does fear of judgment influence the way you present your life to others? For me personally, I don't give a fuck who judges me. I don't. And I've always been that way. But I know plenty of people who are just like, I don't want people to, like, see me like that. And in my head, I'm like, but that's who you are, bro. Like, own that shit. Fuck what they gotta say. You know what I mean? But, like, some people, like, that, it really affects them.
I don't really want people to, like, be in my space. Even if that means, like, not literally being in my space, but, like, I don't want to explain. I don't want to.
Right.
So really, I don't care what you think, but I don't care. I care that little that I don't want to explain it to you. You know, like, and I don't want to put myself out there to be viewed and
Judged.
Anybody to have any thought about it.
You don't want to be judged.
No.
What about you, Vic?
Before that, let me ask y'all a question.
Okay. Oh, no, he didn't just flip the tables on us.
How do we get to that point to where we don't care what people think about us?
That's a good question.
I think you have to be so comfortable in your skin and so confident with, like, I'm going to do what I have to do. And I know I just said that I don't want to be judged, but more so because I'm going to do what I want to do anyways. That's about the not being judged. I don't want to hear what you have to say, even if you are somebody that I respect. And, like, I still just don't want to hear it because I'm going to do what I want either way. So rather than listen to it, I'm going to do it. So I don't know if I'm at that place or not. You know what I mean? I don't know if
you're in the funny in between.
Yeah, because I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do anyways. Yeah. And I'm confident about that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I don't want to hear what you have to say.
You don't want to be judged.
Yeah.
That's a deep-ass question to ask somebody like me. My face value answer to that is I honestly don't know. As we all know, I come from a very rough upbringing, right? Life has not been the nicest to me in more ways than one. But for as long as I can think back to even when I was a kid, like, I just never cared about people talking about me. And I think that had a lot to do with me always being the new kid, right? So people talked about me all the time. Because it's like, oh, there's a new girl here.
Talked about the new kid.
There's a new girl here. Like, I wonder where she came from. Like, what's her story, right? Like, so I was always just like, I don't care. Like, it never bothered me to that extent. Like, it never, and I grew up with very thick skin. Not my parents, but I would say my parents. Probably more so my mom was always just like, don't be a sissy lala, Tiffany. Don't be a sissy lala. You right? Like, I heard that all the time when I was a kid. If I was crying, she'd be like, you're going to go cry in your room. Not that she made me feel like I couldn't be emotional, but like, I always had a hard exterior. And it could just be from my upbringing. And so, yeah, I've always felt like I don't give a fuck. Judge away. You can judge me right now, listeners. Go for it.
No, yeah. I feel like just being okay with not looking cool, right? Being okay with going against the way everybody's going.
Yeah,
right?
against the grain.
But it gets rough, right? Because then that's where you're like, but how am I going to look? So being okay with not caring what you're going to look like takes a lot of courage. Mm-hmm. But then you just have to know where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if you ain't going that way?
Right.
You got to go left. They going right. Yeah, I got stuck. My fault.
I also think for me there's some, like, about the judgment piece with my career. Right? I don't want to be judged in those things because you have, like, an image to uphold. Mm-hmm. And I'm human. Like, I've lived a life.
Yeah.
I have a past. I have bad choices
stuff
I make today. Like, you know, but I'm still able to be good at my job and show up and be present in that situation. So there's, like, a lot of, in my mind, when I overthink and I think things through, it has a lot to do with that too.
How do you separate your own goals from what you feel like you should want?
How do I separate my own goals from what I feel like I should want?
Like, do you think sometimes, like, I want to do this, but I feel like I should want to do this instead, or this as well? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now I think being a husband, being a father, I think it changes my whole way of navigating through life, right? Like, if you ask, what does Victor want? Like,
what does Victor want?
What Victor are you asking, right? Like, because right now, I'm a family man, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want the best for my family, right? Like, the whole living lavish and doing this, and that looks very different now as a husband, as a father, than young single Victor, right? Back in the day, I wanted chinchilla suits. You know what I mean? I'll still rock the K-Swiss, but you know what I mean?
Yes.
Now it's just...
it's more of the fashion lifestyle, right? You want to have all the expensive shit, the jewelry, the furs, the freaking red carpet.
Mm-hmm. But it changes.
Right.
It changes
over time.
Yeah.
How do you give yourself permission to not have it all figured out?
Get out of my head, bro.
Always.
Just being okay with where you're at. Like, the whole goal is to be, to your point, you said it earlier, better than you did today, right? So at the end of the day, you're sitting on your bed reflecting on what you can do different tomorrow. And then not only what can you do different, but what impact you can make, right? Reflecting, then going the next day, then seeing how you can make it better, how you can make others feel better. At the end of the day, I'm trying to bring awareness that it is okay to not have it together. I was just talking to my wife about this the other day. It's like, you said it at the start, like, who decided what we need to be, where we need to be at, right? What level we're supposed to be at. We're reflecting and saying, are we where we're supposed to be at? And I'm like, I think we're right where we're supposed to be at.
You are. You know how you know that? Because this is where you are in this moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at things. Like,
if you weren't, then you wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah. If it wasn't supposed to be like this, it wouldn't be like this.
Yeah.
And sometimes in a really hard situation, it's hard to get there.
Oh, for sure.
And you're like, oh, but why?
Yep.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who feels like they're constantly falling short?
I would have to say, stop being so hard on yourself. Now you good. Tomorrow's gonna come. The lows aren't always gonna be lows. The highs aren't always gonna be highs. So just surround yourself with people that love you and keep it pushing. Like, there's really talking about trying to have it all together. Like, you don't have to. Like,
I feel like nobody really has it all entirely together
yeah.
all the time. Like, there's no way.
No.
Name one person.
No, I don't know anybody.
Listeners, name one person that's got it all together.
Even when they look like they have it all together,
They don't.
obviously they don't.
Right,
Because
right.
we know that everybody has their own things.
Yeah. Everybody has their own things. There's always some shit going on. And, like, that's just like when you say, you know, people, or when you hear people say, like, be nice to people because, like, you don't know what everybody's going through. Right? Somebody walking down the street could look like they got all of it together. They got their shit together, and inside they could just be fucking falling apart, right? Things are going
you
wrong.
just never know.
You never know. Like, but I honestly feel like everybody is human. We all have good days. We all have bad days. We have our highs. We have our lows. We have our fucking level set. We have, you know, it. Nobody ever has it all together all the fucking time. That shit is impossible.
Right.
But I feel like we need to understand that because all we do now is look at Instagram and look at people's pages, and it's like, oh, they're over here living life. Like, they got the best life.
See, the thing is, for me, when I look at Instagram and social media, since years ago, when it just started to become like a major thing, I was always like, let's go look at everybody's lies, right? Like, you post yourself on social media, it's a fucking facade.
Yeah.
You post what you want everybody to see because this is what you want them to see, right? Like, I used to post pictures of myself, fucked up ass pictures of myself, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This is what I look like right now. Judge away. I don't care. I'm not about to sit here and put on a show for nobody. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I feel like social media is for and what people use it for. They put themselves out there in the perfect way to give off this perfect facade that their life is perfect, when in all reality, you know, your shit's just as fucked up as mine. Quit playing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, social media is wild. And that's why I just scroll and laugh. Scroll and laugh. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's a superpower to have because a lot of people don't have that awareness, right?
Right.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, the Joneses are living perfect. I want what they got.
Yeah, and I think it could even get deeper than that, where like young
Younger
people can look at it and be like, why don't I look like this? Like, little image,
Yeah.
right? Why don't I look like this? How am I going to get there? Harming
What am I
themselves to
gonna
get
do?
to that place when that, like you said, it's a facade. That's not real. People
Yeah.
don't really look like that, right? How much work did this person have to go through to look like that?
Right.
But sometimes our minds can know that and not really understand it because you still want to look like that, or you still want, and it could be the image or how you want your life to look, but there's still that like battle to want it or look like that too for some, and not having that self-awareness to say like, okay, I'm not ever gonna look like that, right? I'm not ever gonna it's never gonna be me,
Right.
and to accept yourself and be okay with you, that's hard. How do you think that we can support people to feel like they don't always have to fix things, like to feel like they could just be themselves?
Doing this, right? Bringing awareness to it. Not only that, like, just check up on your people. Like, everyone's hurting. We just said it, right?
Everybody has their own stuff.
Everybody's dealing with some bullshit. Nobody has it together. So open up your phone, see who's in your contacts, and just shoot them a call.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start scheduling a random fucking message to every single contact in my phone. It's going to be like, mental health check, you good?
Yeah.
Like,
Proof of life.
Proof of life. Imagine all the crazy pictures that I'm going to get. Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm going to do that.
That's a fun one. I might do that too.
I like that.
I might borrow that.
I'm going to set it, but like in a couple months from now.
Yeah.
So then I like forget about it. And then all of a sudden this mass
All this mass
message
email.
is going to go out to all of my contacts. People who I probably haven't talked to in I don't know how long. They're going to be like, mental
You're gonna
health
get pictures of
check.
people who people who got new numbers and they don't know who you are.
Right? That's
want
okay
some of those.
too. That's okay too.
Okay, I want to follow up to what you said. You said check up on your people, right? But I want to circle back to the fact that you said when people would check on you, right, everything's cool, you would act like everything's cool. So how do you dig deeper for people?
Ooh, I do like that. I like that. I can tell you how I do it. I
Okay.
can't
That's
tell
what we're
you.
here for.
I
Let's
can't tell
hear it.
you how
Let's hear
to-
Vic's way.
I'm a bugaboo. Like, but I know who my people are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, I'm going to look at somebody or call them, and based off of their behavior, how they're speaking, I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you?
You good? Right.
It's like, oh, no, I'm good. I just got a dip. No, how
Lies.
Yeah. Like,
I smell bullshit.
and I call random people, right? We know this.
Wait,
I just call.
actual random or random in your phone?
I don't ever hesitate to call somebody.
Okay.
Like, I'm just quick to just, yo.
Give the phone, yeah.
I
Vic
hate
will pick up
texting.
the phone before he'll text anybody.
Yeah, I can't
I will text him and he will call me and I'd be like, damn it, Vic, just text me back.
But the same way I do that is the same way I pop up at people's cribs. I'm just weird like that. I don't know why.
I like it.
Sometimes it's needed. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
I pull up, knock. They're like, "What are you?" I'm
It's
about to
fucking
shower.
Vic.
Like, it's good. We here. What's up?
Yeah.
You good?
I'll wait.
Right?
Have you watered your plants while you do that?
That sounds like something I would say.
But that's I just go in like you have to give a fuck, right? You have to care, and then if you care real enough, then you're able to see differences, and then you're able to say, "What's like you
Something's
good?
off."
Like yeah, what's
Yeah.
going on? Like what's up?" And even if nothing's off, like yo, you good? Yeah, I'm cool. You sure? Yeah, like if somebody, I'll go back to me, right? People checked up on me in that situation. Checked up on me how? Because if I'm seeing somebody doing some due to a situation that they're in,
Right.
I'm not dumb, right? So I'm gonna be like, yo, like what are you doing over there?
Right.
And then I have to act on it, but
Yeah.
because I give a fuck, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So I'm gonna go in, just be that bugaboo, and see what you're doing. Like, yo, that's your 5th 40, and it's Monday, bro. Like, what are we doing right now?
that's rough. Vic is definitely
That's
somebody
not
that
normal.
If I'm having an emotional day, I don't want to talk to Vic because Vic is gonna
He's
fucking
gonna work
dig
you
that
through
shit
it,
out
yeah.
of me, and I'm gonna be like, bro, stop. But at the same time, I know that if I need to just fucking vent, I'm gonna be like, where the hell are you at? I need to come talk to you right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I'm having just a
But you're
day.
self-aware enough to know, like,
Yes.
he's where it's at.
Yeah, yes, and also the days where I'm just like, I don't want to feel those emotions right now. No, Victor, no.
Yeah. And I like what you said, that people like to care, like to genuinely care, right?
Right.
When people know that you really care and you consistently care, you're going to get a different version of them and you're going to get a response out of them better than if you're just like, oh, I'm here right now, right?
Yeah.
You're going through this little situation, I'll be here right now, and then I'm going to disappear and you're going to have to figure it out on your own, right?
Right.
Or I feel like people like go back to like, oh, I'm not going to tell you nothing because I told you I was vulnerable, and then you like
disappear.
think I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
And disappear. But things take time. Like you deal with things.
Yeah.
So when you finally get somebody to open up, I feel like you have to be consistent and present for them, and
Yeah.
be vulnerable with
To
yourself
the
too.
best that you can, to the
Yeah.
best of your ability. Yeah. Do you think having it all together is even sustainable, or is it more of a temporary illusion?
I think it depends on whose definition of having it together you're doing, right? Because I feel like I have it all together, and others are looking at me like, yo, what are you doing, right? So it's just be true to yourself. Like that's all you can do. Like as long as you're true to yourself, you're not wilding. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, taking it one step at a time. I feel like you're good, and then. Be vulnerable enough to tell your friends, like, yo, I go through some shit, so I'm gonna need you to check up on me. Like, that's okay too, right? Like, closed mouths don't get fed. Like, somebody might be genuinely interested in how you're doing, but they might feel like, nah, that's weird if I just check up on you, right? Like, I had a boy, it's like, yo, we about to be friends. But we're driving from LA, right?
Okay.
True story. We're driving from LA. I hadn't seen this cat in like 5 years, right? We connect. We go to LA. We're driving back. And like we were establishing our friendship. So he's like, we about to be boys. Uh-huh. But I need some dirt. And I'm gonna give you some dirt. And then we go ride.
And then that's it, we're locked in.
Yeah. And I was like,
okay.
Word. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just kept it a G. And it's like, that person, right, can just, I've hit him up like, yo, like, I'm going through some shit.
Right.
And we know how to be there. We know how to listen, right? But we knew how to be vulnerable enough to be like, all right, this is some real shit people are going through.
Right.
So we homies, I got you type shit, you know what I mean? But very hard to do, right? Not a lot of people have the courage to do that, but just be that bugaboo.
And I think to do it in that way, like, look, this is what I got. Give me something so I can trust you,
She
right?
could never not be my friend. I have way too much on her. I got all the evidence.
I wouldn't want to. Just be nice to me. What does peace look like for you, separate from, like, achievement or productivity or, like, success, right? Like, what does just peace look like for you?
Peace looks like getting home, having my wife at the door smiling, giving me a hug, my son right there smiling. Hey, Dad, look what I did. Like, that's what peace looks like.
Family time.
You know what I mean? Like, there's really no other way to put it. Like,
That's beautiful. I love that.
Okay, let's wrap this up. One last question. How can we create spaces, friendships, communities, conversations where people don't feel like they have to pretend?
just having conversations. I just feel
Doing
like
some shit like this on Unfiltered Humanity?
Yeah, like you got to, right?
Right.
Like, just include everybody, talk to them. Everything, it is what it is, right? So either you're gonna fuck with it, you're not gonna fuck with it, but we still here, so that's what.
You mentioned June is Men's Mental Health Awareness. Is that what you said?
Mhm.
I did not even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Because mental health awareness is May, right? But
Right.
I didn't realize June was like, you guys get your own month. I love that. Like,
That means I
That
can
opens the
celebrate it
doors.
twice. At least that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, cool, I get to celebrate that shit twice.
I love that.
All right. As we wrap up this episode of Unfiltered Humanity, we want to thank Vic for sharing such an honest look into the realities of carrying multiple responsibilities at once. From navigating work to being a husband, a father, a leader, and a provider, his story highlights a pressure that so many people feel from the male perspective but rarely talk about openly.
One of the biggest takeaways from this conversation is that having it all together is often an illusion. Behind the promotions, the accomplishments, and the responsibilities are real people trying to balance expectations, provide for those they love, and still find space for themselves. The weight can be heavy, and the journey is rarely as polished as it appears from the outside.
If this episode resonated with you, know that you're not alone in feeling the pressure. Success, leadership, parenthood, and partnership all come with challenges that aren't always visible. Sometimes the strongest thing we can do is acknowledge that carrying it all doesn't mean carrying it perfectly.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Unfiltered Humanity. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share the episode with someone who might need to hear it. Until next time, keep showing up authentically, keep having the conversations that matter, and remember that our shared humanity is often found in the moments when we're willing to be honest about our struggles.
If you have a topic you'd like to hear or something you would like to share with the Unfiltered Humanity team, feel free to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms or send us an email at unfiltered.humanity.podcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from our listeners. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, and for being part of the Unfiltered Humanity community. Until next time, stay honest, stay human, and stay unfiltered.
And tell your fucking friends.
Hey.